So what do you think is holding you back from achieving whatever you want to achieve? Who do you think it is? Hello, hello, guys. Here we are.
Sorry.
Did you share that, Sasha?
On your main page.
Yeah. So here's Elena and Christelle, and here our weekly Thursday show. So here we will be talking about quite interesting subject. So
I love this subject. It's really
yeah.
my favorite subject, one of my favorites.
Yes. Hello, guys, and tell us if somebody is watching us. I will see now in a minute any comments. Can you see comments, Christelle?
It's going to come. Say hello if you watch it.
Say hello if you're watching it, and tell us what do you think is holding you back from achieving your goals? Maybe it's some scary person. What do you think it could be? Who do you think it is?
Oh, hey, Crystal. Crystal is online. Hello, Crystal. Thank you for being here. What do you think? What hold you back from being the person you would like to be, or for the goal you would like to achieve? What hold you back? Or who is the person holding you back?
Yeah, Lena. Hello, girls. Fear. Okay, Sharon says it's a fear.
Interesting.
Interesting, Sharon. Yes, okay, let's say. Well, I was saying to the fear as well. What about you, Christelle?
What I thought, yeah, I think it's fear, but I thought, okay, no, at the beginning, I thought everybody is holding me back, like my partner and like the society and like blah, 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 blah. And after a while, I understood that I was the first one holding me back. So definitely.
Okay, fear. Yeah, okay, so Christelle decided it's her. But, you know, in these modern days, I can see how a lot of people saying, oh, yeah, it's fear of not succeeding, or fear of rejection, or fear of... There is a lot of fears going on right now in our modern world. And you know what? The way people talking, to me, it feels like fear. It's something like a big monster somewhere, nearly chasing us somewhere in our modern world and trying to kill us. So,
well, I have a lot of customers telling me I cannot do that because I'm afraid. So that's it. If I am afraid, it's not something that I should do.
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, if you don't know, say again what your person says.
So they say, so I'm afraid of doing something. So if I am afraid of doing it, so the best is I shouldn't do it because I'm just afraid. So it's just
Well,
the
you know,
end over, you know.
Well, there is a deeper, obviously, work has to be done on that. It's much better to understand what is you're afraid of. You cannot say, okay, I'm afraid of that, because there is exactly. It's quite shortcut, but it's not everything as simple. So, and we think that the fear is something like a big, unknowable, scary thing, and realistically, what I figured out, guys, what it is. Fear is just bad management, our own mental faculties. How about that?
Bad management of our
Our
own
own mental faculties. Well, it's not something, you know, impulsive physical thing generating in our body and coming and scared us. What is actually fear? Fear is we worrying about something that might be happening in the future, or sometimes some of us could be worrying or fearful, oh my God, but realistically, it's probably not fear if it's in the past. We may be regretting was something that we've done in the past. Mostly fear is that something that we're worrying will happen in the future. So realistically, if we're worrying about something going to be happening in the future, does it exist? Girls, just comment below. Does it exist if it's going to happen in the future? Sharon, what do you think? Linочka, just say, is that exist really?
doesn't exist really if it's in the future. I mean, it's if in the
Wow.
future it didn't happen yet, isn't it? Would say.
Yeah, just have a read. Can you see comments, Christelle?
No, so Christelle
Fear of
says
failure,
exactly.
fear that I'm not good enough. Yeah, I know I'm not good enough. Yeah, exactly. And it's all these balonies that I'm not good enough and blah, 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 and fear of failure, and fear I'm not. No, it doesn't. Exactly.
Yeah.
In real life, it doesn't exist. So it simply means fear is 100% in our imagination. And you
And
know
in
what the
our conditioning.
Yeah. And you know what the spiritual people saying? I will read it. If you're suffering from something that doesn't exist, but you know what how spiritual people call it?
Stupidity.
Insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you know what, when you're saying, I need to overcome my fears, I need to do something, overcome this fear of rejection, or fear of not good enough, or fear, how can you overcome something that doesn't exist?
Didn't happen yet, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't happen yet.
Yeah.
Hello, Zyla. Hello, girls. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. So we're talking about fear, that fear doesn't exist in reality. And you know what? We're using actually so much energy of producing this sort of horror movie. Who loves the horror movies?
Depending.
Depending. But
Depending.
you know what? A lot of us creating these horror movies in our mind daily, constantly, for years and years and years. And you know what? It takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And what is it? It's not producing income.
Yeah. But
You know what is point? If the producer creating movie who's no one interested and it's not creating money, so give it bloody up. Give up and start producing something that will make a little bit some benefits you, or maybe even create some money. And realistically, you know what? It takes energy. It takes absolutely energy to create this horror movie and to be in that state.
yeah.
So, as an exercise I could give you, girls, think maybe today, as a practice, create 5 minutes happy movie, maybe a love story, maybe something other, maybe business project, maybe something to go on me would be talking on a global stage with 50,000 people. That's what I will be creating today. So, because usually what we are imagining and fighting and fearing about, feeling fearful, from 100%, it's probably 99% is not happening. So why are we doing this?
Well, you know what? I think if we focus on the fear, it might happen.
If we keep focusing on that, absolutely. But
so there is more chance that is going to happen if we focus on it. Because let's say I'm afraid of public speaking, and in my focusing about everything I could do wrong, when I go on the stage, like, oh my God, it's so clear for me, everything I can do wrong, that it's for sure that I prepared myself to do everything wrong. And then I said, I knew that I'm not good at public speaking. So why I should do that again? And next time, it's going to be more difficult for me to go on stage because I had a bad experience before that. So that's why we don't have to focus all the time on our fear, or we don't have to put too much. We don't have to let them expand too much. And we should do something different.
Exactly, because we need to start using our mind differently and create different patterns, because it's becoming our pattern, creating a bad horror movie. So, but it's as each pattern could be changed, absolutely, when you start producing maybe love stories or maybe something different, happy end movie. And you have watched a lot of horror movies, guys. I'm sure you do. I've done. I'm actually fed up with them. So let's create something that will be more excited.
Yeah.
And create a story. And you know what? Because what we focusing on is expands. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there is, and if you think the world is not kind to you,
Yeah.
sometimes we think the world is not kind.
Mm.
Oh my God, people is around me, blah, blah, blah. Let your mind to be kind to yourself. Forget about the world, because you're creating your world in your own mind.
Yeah. So what I can explain why we do this horror film in our mind.
Yes,
Because,
come
I
on.
mean, we are not completely stupid, isn't it? Are we stupid?
No, we're not.
No, we are not. So why do we do this? Why do we do this horror film? And when do we focus on this horror film? And that is because, you know, in our brain, we have conscious part and we have a subconscious part.
Yeah.
And the subconscious part register everything. So in every moment of our life is in this big, huge part. We don't have access to it, but this part is always running and running and running. Okay.
It's like a hard drive. It's like a hard drive, and the computer is collecting all shit that we put in there most of the time.
The thing is that with this subconscious part, it's really like there is no big sentences. It's very shortcut. Like, oh, a duck bite me as I was a little child. So what I think it's dog are
I need to be scared of them.
I
So
need to be scared of dog. So dog, scare, run. Okay.
yeah.
And next time I see a dog, now I am a grown-up person. I know that every dog are not
Yeah.
exactly dangerous, but still I have this shortcut in my mind, in the subconscious mind. And it might be possible that next time I see a dog, even if I don't really seem to be afraid, my subconscious mind is going to say, okay, now you have to
Be
run.
careful. Yeah.
And then I'm going to think, oh, I should go ahead to home because I'm busy and I have to go quicker. And I don't see why spontaneously I want to be quick and go home and rush home, but it's because my subconscious mind says that to me. And that's why we have this program running into us. And sometimes we have this fear and we know that it's bullshit. Like, I don't know, I'm afraid of whatever it is. And I know in the same time that it's insane. I shouldn't be afraid of that, but still it's there.
It's pattern. It's
How
pattern.
exactly? How many of you have that? Like, I know I shouldn't be afraid of that, but still I'm scared, really scared.
Yeah, I am. It could be. I could be even like that, because I've been bitten by dog. Even you give example about dog. I've been bitten by dog, and I'm as a dog owner now. I don't afraid of small dogs, but I'm still careful with a little bit bigger dogs, and this pattern comes from the back, from our subconscious, and it's a lot of things coming from there.
Exactly. So the thing is that we have with this record in our brain, and it's there. And that is our subconscious, and that is our pattern. And that helped us during a while, because every time we were a child, we have seen a lot of dogs, and we had that in mind. So we rush every time we have seen a dog, and it was for our safety. So it's a good thing to do. And sometimes it was very, very good strategy, because as child you really have this survival strategy. But
Yeah,
as adults, it's different. As adults, you can use completely different strategies. So you have to change your strategy. That means that you can change your subconscious. So if you created that at one moment, the good thing is that you can recreate it. You don't have to see the horror film again and again and again. You can change that. And one way, I completely agree with you, Elena, it's really to change your thoughts. So if you are used to think, like I'm not good at public speaking and everything is going to be wrong. So change that. Okay, now I'm good at public speaking, and when I'm going to be on stage, I'm going to do that very good, and that, and that, and that, and that. And if you repeat that and repeat and repeat, like affirmation, it's so good. So you can reprogram your brain,
Exactly.
and you have less fear.
Exactly, as everything, the more you're competent you come, the more practicing you do with everything you do, with every skill, because this is changing your thinking pattern is a skill. It's
Exactly.
absolutely a skill. As each skill, you by practicing and doing it more and more, you
So I think
recreate.
the first thing is to think differently. Like Elena said, change the movie. Just change it. You are at home and you change your movie. You change your story. You change your future. That's the first thing. I would say the second thing I would propose you, it's to do affirmation, but it's kind of the same of what you propose, Elena. The third thing I would propose you, it's to go and go in your fear. So if you are afraid of public speaking, go and speak in front of people.
Yeah.
If you are afraid of dogs, go and try to
Pet the dog.
exactly. If you are afraid of what else?
Start the business.
Ah, then
fear. Look, it's a fear straight away creeping up. Okay, come on, Christelle, give up this and go and do it.
I have already 2 business, so it's good. But I mean, it might be a big fear. So maybe you have a lot of small fears into that. So you should maybe do a map of your fear and look at it and see what kind of what kind of fear do you have there and how you can change all these fears. And for that, that's why I was like, oh, okay, because I think for that you should get some help.
Absolutely. You know what? I get it, because sometimes we need the help too, because it's quite challenging to get out of our own rat race that we created. And then but realistically, simple way of explaining, it's a habit. It's fear. Obviously, if we understand the fear is created in our mind, in our thoughts, we created very strong neurological patterns which could be changed.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's a bad news. It's not 21 days as all habits. Now the scientists saying it's 45 days you need to change your habits. And you know what? It is possible and it's doable. And you know what? I'm example of at the minute I'm creating a new skill. I'm learning with a different writing with my left hand. And you know, today was the 36th day I'm doing this. And you know what? I started to create already some sort of writing, and it's becoming easy. And I'm thinking, okay, by 45 days, I probably will read and will understand what I write. So anything is possible. I started also to use the left hand for brushing my teeth. Why? Because I want my 2 parts of my brain working, because my logical is all the time on, but my creative is sleeping most of the time. So when I'm using left hand, and you know what, yesterday, because usually I brush my teeth and do a little bit with the right hand, and then no, not multitasking, just a little bit with right hand to do it right, and then the rest I struggle with the left. But you know what, since yesterday I didn't do anything with right hand, and at the first day I didn't think it's possible. And look, 36 days later, I'm writing already much better than a drunk chicken with the left hand, to be honest. But it's coming up, and thinking pattern is the same skill that you need to work on. If you start creating happy movies for 45 days in your mind, of course, your mind would be bringing you back to your to the habit that you created, to the familiar, because that is familiar right now. And how many things you doing that is familiar, running away straight away. As soon as becoming a little bit more difficult, you're running away. And that is familiar.
Yeah,
But
and the thing is that it's this way. So when you learn to write with the other hand, you are used to. So you are your neuron. They are not used to work together. And every day you train, so your neuron are more used to work together. And then some point they are really connected together. And then the energy you use at the end is less higher than the energy you use at the beginning. And that's why new habits at the beginning, that demand a lot of energy. And if you do that every day, every day, every day, then at the end, so your neuron can work together, and that is not that you don't need any energy anymore, and that is when it's an habit. And that's why we need about, depending of the path you had before, and on 21, 45, and maybe 90 days, to change that. And to do that, at one point you are so used to do that, so you just take the left hand to do things. Oh, I didn't think about that, but I just did it. And that is when it's a habit. You don't have to think about it anymore, and you don't have to put any energy anymore. So if you think positively during 45 days or 90 days to be sure, then at the end it's going to be a habit, and you don't have to put any energy in that anymore. And the contrary is that if you want to be critical, it's going to be more difficult. Like, okay, I have to create a creepy film anymore again. How do I do that? I don't remember how it was possible
and it's
before.
not easy. It's taking a lot of energy to create in horror movies. And realistically, to do not create it, it's just be simple. Because look, if you look outside, how beautiful it is, and start looking for something that will make you feel a little bit better. And I know I could see that in the comments, Paulina says some traumas are deeply rooted in the body in the form of trauma, so which require working not only the mind but with the body itself. Yoga, qigong, trauma releasing exercises, breath work, meditations. Yes, everything is possible and doable and beneficial. Absolutely. Absolutely. Breath work is amazing thing to stop. It's helped me a lot for last couple of days. Absolutely, girls. Thank you so much for yeah, look, it's going to write note on my change the channel. Here you go. Change the channel. Exactly.
Yeah.
Change the channel, Sharon, and stick on your fridge. That would be good. Change the channel from horror movie to the romantic movie. What about that, ladies? Maybe romantic, maybe something love stories. I'd love a love story, actually. I think I will create a love story today. I miss this a bit. Okay,
Okay, good.
so next week, I think this is a huge topic, and we could talk. Obviously, there is a different strategy we could use as coaches, how to deal with the fears. And not to everyone you could say straight away, okay, change your channel, and the person is just, if it would be that easy just to press the button on the remote control, it would be perfect. But
right. Sometimes it's as easy as that. So really,
but
sometimes it is, sometimes not.
it's not. Yeah. So obviously, depending on each person.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you need to take in consideration each person, each client individually. But it is doable. It is doable, absolutely. Yesterday, I got a response from one of my coaching client. In the middle of our 6-week session, she gave up antidepressant tablets.
That's good.
And I like, are you serious? I was afraid she's doing this because I thought, oh my God, if she says the coach said to me to doctor, give up tablets. And I'm like, are you sure? It's possible, guys, to do with the help and proper support. It's possible to do, to get anything. And there is a real people who has real success. And you could be there. We don't have to create these horror movies. They're boring. Let's make our life a little bit difficult, a little bit challenging. Oh, look what is my subconscious coming up. Difficult, challenging. No, let's create a happy lives. Let's create a happy place, no matter
positive energy, I would say. So fear, it's like a negative energy, or it's not an energy using ourselves, or it might be have the right way to think in the past, but definitely we can change the pattern if you want, and then you can put positive energy and change that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Exactly. So, girls, what do you think about that? What the biggest takeaway you taken from today? Could you comment below and say what is your biggest takeaway from today's? Oh, look, it's lots of comments. Thank you, girls. And they're all so pretty girls, actually. Oh my God. What is your biggest takeaway, girls? What do you want to talk for next time?
Yeah, you can put that in the comments, or even after the show, just put that in the comments.
The show, if you watch and reply, just put it after and put it replay. Sorry, not reply. Just tell us what you want to talk, because we're here to help. And if it's our couple of minutes live will make things slightly differently, our job is done. And we're just delighted to be supportive to all of you.
And you can put that in the comment, but you can put that in private message if you don't want to put that in comments. So it's really not a problem. And then we speak about that.
Yeah, Sharon says, your biggest takeaway, I have ability to change the pattern. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sharon.
And everything is changeable. So it's really, the thing is that if you think you cannot change it, you are right. You are not going to be able to change it. But if you think you can change it, you are right. You are going to be able to change it.
Yeah.
So whatever you think, it's right, isn't it? So it's whatever you think. So that's going to be the difference.
Yes, Crystal says helping for fears away. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is, a fear is just our illusion. That's what we are creating in our imagination.
Our illusion, or our shortcuts from the past. But that is not what's happening right now. And it's definitely not what is going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharon says, suggestion, how do we change other people's perception of us and change that pattern?
Okay, then we can speak about that next time. So definitely, Sharon. So next time we are going to put that on.
We could talk about
because it's really a good subject. There is a lot of things to say about that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sharon, for suggestion. Actually, because that could be good to be useful. Okay, Crystal saying yes, but it's not easy sometimes. It is, Crystal, but change this pattern of thinking. That's not easy. That is a pattern. That is as well pattern. What we're saying. Oh yeah, it's possible, but I tell you quick. After that, usually go in a bullshit. So stop before
no but.
Yes, no buts in our life. So yes, because let's say it is possible. It is possible, and forget the buts.
The thing is that I would say, yes, it is possible. And then it's really depending on the energy you want to put into it. So something needs more energy, something needs less energy. That's it. So it's, if you say it's difficult sometimes, that's just your level of energy is going to go down.
Exactly.
But if you say, okay, I would like to change that, I have to put more energy to change it, or I tried to change it in the past, but I couldn't really achieve that, put more energy in changing it, and you are going to see the difference. So every time I want to change something in my way of thinking or my way of doing, and I couldn't do that good last time, so I think about the energy level I put it into it, and okay, now I have to go in a higher energy level, and that's going maybe to be enough. And if it's not enough, then I go to a higher, and then it's depending of my motivation. For some things I'm thinking like I'm not motivated enough, so I just let it, but it's okay, it's my choice. If I'm not motivated, I'm not motivated, so it's okay. But it's really the kind of energy you want to put into it.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, because it's definitely one of the thoughts that 90% of the people have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Thank you, girls. Thank you
Yeah.
for your impact. Thank you for chatting to us. Thank you. I could see Paulina is missing me. Yes, it's nice. It's actually so beautiful girls here, all of them, and I know some of you. It's thank you for watching, girls, and let's be our producers of our life, and let's create something beautiful because it's our choice. It's in our
next
no in our head.
next subject for next week. Can you repeat it, Elena?
Yes, I'm repeating. The next subject would be as been asked. How can we? Let me just go through this. A lot of comments. How do we change other people's perception of us and change that pattern?
Very good question.
Yeah, amazing question. And I could jump now already in this. Okay, patience, darling. Yeah, so girls, thank you for being here, and we enjoy chatting with you. It's actually nice when I actually was looking on the comments, because usually we becoming a little bit more familiar with this life, so it's becoming a bit more easy to chat.
Exactly. So what I would propose you to wrap up is to wish you a very nice day, a very sunny one outside and inside. Very good movie, sunny movie, love stories for some of you, passion movie. Thank you, Christelle, for being here. Thank you, all the other guests I don't know yet.
Yes, thank you, Sharon, Paulina, Lena, Zyla. Yes, Zyla says we create our own life.
Definitely.
So that's what would be the last thought.
Yeah.
Be the producer of your own life.
Okay.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Next week, Thursday at 1 p.m. on UK time. Yes.
2 p.m. on German time, we'll say. Okay.
Sharon started to talk French to you, and she feels probably you're French, but Sharon here is such a mixture. She's French, living in Germany and speaking English, so he is disaster.
But I love to speak French, so come to me and we can speak French,
Sharon.
definitely.
Sharon, okay. She moved. Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.